Think of a time when you've been sick, when you've had to lay in bed and heal, or when you got a bad cut or a broken bone. There's a time that I'm thinking of where I had strep throat, and I had not had strep throat since I was a little girl. My throat was so sore. I could not swallow. It just hurt to breathe. I couldn't drink anything. I'm not one to go to the doctors right away. I could not take the pain any longer. My fiance, now husband, took me to a walk-in clinic, and I did in fact have strep throat. They gave me antibiotics. My fiance took care of me and waited on me, came to my apartment and got me flowers and just wanted to make it all better for me. He just did not want to see me in pain. He was very attentive to every need I had. He would get me smoothies because that's all I could have at the time. He was a sweetheart and just made sure I had anything I needed. He said, and I could tell from his actions, if he could just physically take the pain for me, that he would have done it. So I took the antibiotics. I'd been on the antibiotics maybe 4 days, and I was like, gosh, I wish this pain would go away. I'm taking the antibiotics. It should be killing it. I should be healed by now. My fiance calls me to see how I'm doing while he's at work, and because he doesn't want me to hurt and doesn't want me to feel this way, he suggests that maybe I call the doctor and see if I can get a different prescription. I look up the differences between amoxicillin and penicillin and what works better. I'm taking the antibiotics. Healing takes time. I had that peace, but I was looking for things on the internet to agree with my fears that this antibiotic was not going to work and I was not going to feel better and I was going to have this pain forever. Healing takes time. It's not often, almost actually always, not done in the time that we want it to be. I was healed. The antibiotics were working. It was only the next day that the pain went away. On the 5th day, I finally felt better. That was one of the many lessons God has given me about resting and his promises and not trying to take the wheel and not worrying, not taking a hold of fear and worrying about, oh my gosh, like this is not happening fast enough. It took time to get that way and it took time to heal. Just like if you have an open wound and there's an infection that's sudden, you have to open it and you have to clean it. Sometimes you have to cover it, but then you need to expose it to air. You have to expose it to the light. Jesus is the light and he heals. When you have a broken bone or you need surgery, when you're opened up, when they close you up, there's healing. There might be physical therapy that's needed. You can heal a quick way, but you won't heal properly. There's a story in the Bible, in John 5:2. There's a paralyzed man that laid 38 years by a pool named Bethsaida, and Bethsaida means house of mercy. And at this pool, there were several people who were blind, lame, and paralyzed. But this particular man had been there for 38 years. When Jesus saw him laying there and knew he had already been laying there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be healed?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me in the pool when the water's stirred up. And while I'm going, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Get up, take your bed, and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his bed and walked. This man could not move on his own. He could not move his legs. He could not get to the pool. Everybody else always went before him. This pool was said to have healing powers, where an angel of the Lord would come and stir the water, and the first person who stepped in would get healing. All of these people that were blind, lame, and paralyzed would stay around this pool, just waiting to be the first person who would step into the pool, so they would get healed. So this man, for 38 years, could not move, and he watched people go ahead of him and get their healing. And Jesus sees him lying there. He asks him a very important question. He says, "Do you want to be healed?" He doesn't say yes. He doesn't say no. He gives a reason of why he can't be healed. How many of us do that? He's right. He couldn't get there on his own. But Jesus is standing there, and he's saying, "Do you want to be healed?" But the only one who truly can heal you and heal your heart is the one who made it. You can't get there on your own. You can sit in your brokenness and where that person left you who hurt you, or you can take God's hand and let him take you on a journey of healing. June 22nd, 2019 was the day my healing journey started. My ex-husband said he wanted a divorce just 6 weeks before our 20th wedding anniversary. I didn't want that story for my life. I didn't want that story for our life, but God helped me let go of my ex-husband because we were going in different directions. What I prayed for didn't happen. He can't take away my ex-husband's free will, but he took me and he healed me, and I clung to him. I clung to his word. I let him inside my heart. He helped me understand who he is, and he healed my heart. It took time. This book, The Journey Home, it's the testimony of my healing that God took me through. My prayer is that the words in this book give you hope for your healing. I'm praying for you. I love you, friend. God loves you more.